Dear friends, greetings to you all. I promise to bring the whole content of the Constitution to your knowledge, video by video, and I am bound by that. It would not be proper on my part to start digging a well while the house is on fire. There are several issues touching the minds of the citizens and posing potential challenges to the democratic process in India. As such, with permission of all of you, I take a digression here and there and comment on the contemporary, contradictory and conflicting issues. Later again I will start from the preamble itself and I will bring the whole content of the Constitution to your knowledge. In my last video, I told that President of India is the only elected executive in India under Article 55 read with Article 324. Everybody in India, including Judiciary, central ministers, state governors, Attorney General, Auditor General, Chief Election Commission of India, and commissions of various BC, long wage, etc. commissions. Everybody in India is appointed by the President of India and removed by his signature or any other person authorized by him under the law. Their terms of office shall be during the pleasure of the President at the center and at the pleasure of the Governor under Article 310. Of course, service rules will be formed and that responsibility will be delegated to somebody else. That is a different thing. Please don't get carried away by that. But the constitutional right is with the President and the Governor. The terms of office of every executive in public service shall be during the pleasure of the President or the executive. Some of my friends questioned me, Mr. Haribabu, you said Prime Minister and Chief Minister are not elected people. Manmohan Singh was not elected by people. Deve Gowda, I.K. Gujral, like several other Prime Ministers. And Nitish Kumar, in the previous term, Mamata Banerjee, Uddhav Thackeray, Yogi Adityanath, Konijeti Roshaiya, all these chief ministers also were not elected people. They were all members of legislative councils. So, for example, now several prime ministers were elected in their parliamentary constituencies. For example, Narendra Modi is elected by voters of Varanasi constituency in Uttar Pradesh. How can you say that Mr. Narendra Modi is not elected? My dear friends, please understand. Who elected Narendra Modi? The voters of Varanasi. How a person elected by Varanasi people gets power to rule my Telangana state and my KHAMAMM district? It is not proper. Constitution of India has provided a beautiful solution. Please believe, Indian Constitution is the most exhaustive, most comprehensive constitution in the world. It is not only the largest one in the world, it is also the best in the world. We must all be thankful to the great members of the Legislative Council and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was the chairman of the drafting committee. As a solution to this problem, the Constitution suggested that a president shall be elected by the electoral college consisting of all the MLAs in India and members of both houses of parliament. Prime Minister is elected only by members of Lok Sabha with a single seat. The vote value of each MLA in presidential election is equivalent to the average population in his constituency in that state. I told you that average population comes by dividing the whole population of the state by number of MLAs. That is the basis in presidential elections. The vote values of all the MLAs are divided by the number of parliament members to give vote value of each parliament member. Of course, nominated Rajya Sabha members are not entitled to participate in presidential elections because they were nominated by the president only. That the Indian Constitution has made the election of the president a broad-based. That means each child to vote has voted for the President of India. In tune with this broad-based election, the oath of office of President of India is also unique. Everybody in India, including Judiciary, central and state ministers, parliament and assembly members, and constitutional authorities appointed by the President of India, everybody takes oath to truly abide by the Constitution and to uphold the sovereignty of the country. But President of India does not take such oath. Their oaths are contained in Schedule 3 of the Constitution, whereas oath of office of President of India and the governors of each states are contained in Article 60 and 159. They read like this. They do not take oath to uphold the sovereignty or to be truly abide by the Constitution. In that sense, they are not truly abide by the Constitution in case where there is necessity. For example, you can refer Article 364. Irrespective of what is contained in the Constitution, major airports and seaports are under the control of the President of India. They cannot be summoned to courts. They are immune from civil and criminal cases during their term of office. Issuing of whips also is prohibited in presidential elections. Whereas we see the funny drama of kidnapping MLAs and MPs in resorts, issuing them whips. Whip means they have to openly vote and vote for the person who is suggested by the party. This is not an election at all. This is false, funny and shameful. And we are deceiving ourselves. If you destroy the executive power and merge all his powers with the person who has majority in the legislative houses, it means that you have no executive. Executive has become a secretary of the prime ministers and chief ministers. So when you don't have executive, your democracy is limping on one. How long does it go? It is bound to fail and fall. So it is time, my dear friends, to understand that President of India is the only elected executive in India, and there is no other person elected in India except him. And everybody in India is removed only with the signature of the President of India or the governor or somebody who is delegated with power by the President and the governors. I hope I made it clear that a person, only because he is elected by a constituency voters, he doesn't become entitled to rule the entire country. And moreover, there is no scope for discussion in this issue. Constitution is very clear. Constitution Article 53 says that President shall be the executive power of the Union. Under Article 73, it extends to the whole of the nation, including states and union territories, in matters in which the union is entitled to make law. At the same time, executive power of the state with the governor of that state, and it extends to all matters in which the state government, state legislatures are entitled to make law. Ministers are temporarily appointed and removed at the pleasure of the president and the governors under Article 75 and 164. They are unelected people. They are temporary subordinates like a daily casual labor. They are only advisory council to the president and the governor. The advisory council is not supposed to grab the powers of the president and governor or to kidnap. It is a half imprisonment in their Rashtrapati Bhavan and Raj Bhavans, and do things even against the will of the executive. This is most unfortunate thing that is happening in India. This is the system which is contained in Pakistan Constitution under Article 48. That president is bound by the advice of the Prime Minister and his council. It is contained in Pakistan Constitution Article 48. In Indian Constitution under Article 74, we don't have such a condition. They are only advisors and helpers. It was only in 1976 through 42nd Amendment that during emergency, Srimati Indira Gandhi brought an amendment to the effect that President is bound by the advice of the Council of Ministers. He may return it for reconsideration for a maximum of one time. If the same advice is tendered, he is bound by the advice. How funny it looks. All powers are that of the President, but he should act in accordance with the advice of the ministers. It means that he has no power whatsoever except following the President is the appointing authority, President is the removing authority. That means he is the superior, and ministers are subordinates to him, holding the office during the pleasure of the President and the governor. So, advice of subordinates, would it ever become an order to their superiors? The most unfortunate that the Constitution was in English and we have adopted English. It would destroy the Constitution. My dear friends, I request you once again to subscribe, share and comment on my videos. I will be glad to reply to you either directly or through a reply video, and our endeavor shall be to bring the constitutional content to the whole country with fond hope that it will do good for the country. Thank you.